Putting too much into it. Yeah. Let's get this fire started. Sports became a passion. Convo bring it to life, highlighting all the action. Opinions could explode like a chemical reaction. If we started from the bottom, now rise up the newest caption. Man, it's known that every team and every person got an emphasis. But this that similarity that smokes all of our differences. Statements can get real, better back it up with evidence. Prove it for the record, watch this hour of deliverance. Haters outside the lines, but we do it quite frankly. Cause I'm around the horn, so just part the interruption. Cause the hatred they be spreading is an unwanted production. Y'all know what it is, the fire starters in the building. Buffalo Bills rise up early. Bills Mafia. Yo, listen, this is about to be an spectacular show. I got my guy right here, the coach that wears the most. You see him wearing it. He got the Bills hoodie, the hat, and everything else to go with it, and the reporting too. My guy, Mookie Hawkins, what's good?
What's up, Big Dre? What's going on?
Yo, listen. You know it wouldn't be right if I did not have the #1 Bills Mafia fanatic in the world that I know personally. This guy, I tell you, if you have not seen his videos, you need to go watch this guy on Twitter. You need to watch this guy on Facebook. Watch him on Instagram too. My guy comes with the mask. He comes with the sword. He represents Bills Mafia. It's my man, Joe Monster. What's good, Monster?
Feeling good, baby. I'm feeling good. 25 years, baby. That shit is over.
That's right. Tell him, yo, Monster, one time, just tell him, can you tell him to get up one time? Just tell him, I love that. Tell him one time.
It's early, and Dre drug my ass out of bed, so the rest of the Mafia get up.
That's right. Now, we got my guy, Rise Up Family Brother. Yo, listen, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood when you can do what you do and love doing it. My guy, Marcus, the Alphabets Football Talk Show. What's good, Marcus?
What's good, baby? You know, I had to come through here, win, lose, or draw, you got to come through. You got to show face. I hate when people hide, make comments and stuff, and then they hide. We're going to be here. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Oh, yeah. We good. Listen.
On Thanksgiving, you eat turkey, right? You eat turkey on Thanksgiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you say certain stuff and it don't come through, you got to eat crow. So I got to eat crow, man. So I'm here to.
I am so glad he here to eat crow. Listen, 25 years in the making, folks. Y'all know what it was last night? Man, oh man. Listen, the Bills against the Indianapolis Colts at One Bills Drive. What a phenomenal experience it was. You guys, a phenomenal experience for everybody in Bills Mafia too, as the Buffalo Bills survived, delivered another week, 27-24 over the Phillip Rivers. Now he better go retire Colts. Listen, I just want to know from everybody, how did y'all feel about the game? Come on, give me your expert analysis on this. Starting with my man, I got to start with my man, Mookie Hawkins, the coach. Move.
Let me just clear the air for anybody that's tuning in, for everybody that's in the room. Let me just kill the air right away. All right? Anybody who think that Coach Dable, he did have some questionable sequences or whatever, but if y'all feel that he called a bad game, then come on now. You gotta. It's hard to start a game when you're on your own too, So, I just want to get that out of the way before we dive into the whole segment of everything. All right, let's just address the elephant in the room. Let's just, get rid of it. Let's just talk about the one bad thing that the Bills did yesterday. All right, there's a few things. The defense didn't play that great, But from an offensive perspective, I know everybody's used to the Bills putting up 30 points, yada, yada, yada. Listen, the Bills have a 7-game winning streak right now, which is like truly unheard of. They would have 11 games if it wasn't for the Hail Mary thing. All right, so that would be like super insane. Imagine the Bills on an 11-game winning streak right now.
We don't do hypotheticals. We don't do hypotheticals here.
Hold on, man. Hold on. You're on the wrong show for that, first of all right? This is not the alphabet show, all right? We do hypotheticals on this show. All right, we do hypotheticals on this show. All right, stop hating, all right? But a 9-game winning streak, everybody would be riding that wave, including Marcus Betts. If the Bills was winning 11 games, there's nothing bad or nothing you can hate about 11 games in a row. Nobody's done it. Hold on. Nobody's ever really done all like that. Since we talking about y'all want to hide like real facts and want to talk about y'all lies and hate so damn much. All right, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. It's hard to start a game, when you're on your 10-yard line the entire first half, basically. I call plays. I'm quite sure Marcus can attest to this too. You don't script your plays going in thinking, okay, I got these plays to start off on a 5-yard line. You don't go in a football game like that. So, it caused them to be very conservative to start the game because your back's against the wall. You don't want to do nothing stupid and turn the ball over and give a hungry team like the Indianapolis Colts easy points, off a turnover. So it led to conservative play calling. Yes, it kind of took them quite a while to get some things going, but when they did, they were able to, flip the game, double dip like they always do, and just maintain the rest of the way. You know what I mean? So, I don't want to hear anything about Daboll's play calling. He's done a phenomenal job. They done won 7 games in a row. All right. If the offense scores 7 points, the defense not supposed to let them score at all. All right. So, I want to get rid of that. I just want to kill that. And then second of all, by the way the Bills played, once again, Dre, me and you talked about that. You look at the stat line. If you're just looking at the stat line, you're not looking at the teams. It looked like Indianapolis Colts just really beat the Bills up. You know what I mean? Just really dominated the game, which they kind of did, in some facets of the game. But the one thing that was different was Josh Allen. All right, he was still over 75%. He threw for 300 yards. He had 2 scores. All right, he ran in for 1. So he had an exceptional game. Now, did he play a perfect game? No, not at all. But he maintained his composure and he was able to tough out the gritty win, something that a lot of people didn't think that he can do. So now what?
Monster, go ahead.
I disagree with what he said. I disagree. The first half, regardless of field position, it didn't make sense. I had to call Brian Daboll myself to get it corrected, and then they turned it around and started throwing the ball. There was questionable calls in there, especially with the ineffectiveness of the run game. They kept calling runs for Josh that were ineffective.
But that's not when their back was against the wall. I'm talking and start the game off. They weren't doing no runs for Josh. I mean, what the coach was giving you was the draw. And that's what they should have kept doing. Like that 17 keeper and all that other crap. I didn't like that either. But to start the game off, for my point was just in the beginning of the game. When they was doing like I said, there was some bad calls with running the ball in certain situations. Like they ran to the left twice, couldn't get a yard, back-to-back plays. You know what I mean? So it's some issues there when they could have just stayed spread it out and do what y'all do best.
3 yards to Cole Beasley.
Right. Just do what you do best right there. But to start the game off, you know what I mean? It's just tough to start the game off when your back's against the wall like that. And that's the question I had to ask all of them yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. What I saw with the game, once again, people talk about DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones and Michael Thomas. He's having a coming out party. We knew he was a good player in Minnesota, but Stephon Diggs, man, he's a dog, dude. He's a dog. And I sit there and I watch this guy. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm also a fan of certain players. I'm a fan of certain players, and I'm a Stephon Diggs fan because I like the way he plays. I love the way he plays the game. I have to say, and I don't know if you all will agree with this, Stephon Diggs gives this team offensively an attitude. Like when he makes like those tough contested catches, it seems to like fire up the whole team. Do you see that too, Mook? I mean, you would have a better perspective of this than I do. Do you agree with that?
Well, he is the go-to guy, and when he's making plays, it gets contagious. Everybody follows suit. Like the first big play of the game, he hits Diggs over the middle for 36 yards. Figure, okay, that's gonna be the recipe the entire game. It wasn't like that, but you know, when shit is rough out there, I need to know I can go to my dog and he's going to be able to deliver, and that's the trust that he has that they have with one another. And you know, hey. That's why
I see that like every game, you know, he led the league in receiving this season, and the guy is a playmaker. He's a dog. He's a player, man. He is a true, legit #1 receiver, and I think you know, going into this next season and even throughout the rest of the playoffs and the Super Bowl. This guy needs to be mentioned with the upper echelon receivers in the league. You know, I don't think he got his full shine in Minnesota because he was kind of playing, you know, with Adam Thielen, and they were kind of 1A, 1B. He is
and Kirk Cousins is ass. Don't forget that. Kirk Cousins is ass.
Yeah, he's the alpha dog receiver on this team, and I'm just very impressed with him. With the game, look, you do what you got to do in these games, and you survive in advance. If I have to be somewhat critical, I still did not like. I see a problem with them stopping the run, and I think if I'm Indy, I'm kicking myself because they did not run the ball. They didn't run the ball that much, and again, if I'm just I know I'm here. I'm being a little nitpicky. I am, and I've always been somewhat critical of Josh Allen. He nearly cost him that game. Let's be real. Let's keep it a buck. You cannot take a 23-yard sack at the end. That could have been disaster right there.
But it wasn't. All right, I know that everybody gonna talk about that play. Yeah, like I said, he didn't have a perfect game. Yeah, that could.
But I'm saying that one play. I
thought we don't do hypotheticals, Marcus.
I'm not talking about hypothetical. I'm talking about I'm saying
that's a hypothetical.
I'm saying he cannot make those. He can't make those type of mistakes. Did they turn
the ball over? Did they lose the ball, Marcus?
You cannot take those. You cannot take the. They won the game. I'm saying they won the game. They won the game. I'm saying you have, but you do have to do. You're an analyst, right? I'm analyzing. You cannot take a 23-yard sack with the game on the line.
Nobody can
do that.
Nobody can, Marcus. Nobody can.
No, you can't do that. That's all I'm saying. But you won the game. You won the game. You broke the drought. And I said, you know, if I'm splitting straws here, I know I'm being a little nitpicky. I'm being a little nitpicky.
They got to fight. They got to fight shelter.
You know, but they won. Josh Allen did.
Marcus, you can't be that guy that watches a game and watches Josh Allen make great plays, and then it comes down to the one play that's not so great, and you're like, aha, that's the play.
Well, you can because check this out. Check this out, Monster. In the words of my football coach when I was playing, he said, "One oops will mess up a whole bunch of that boys." And what he meant by that is you can play a really great game and then make a bonehead play at the end of the game and cost your team. That to me, when I saw that sack, the thing that went to my head immediately was the playoff game last year against Houston when he pitches the ball to the tight end. It's like, dude, why are you doing that? Just live the fight another day. Take a 5-yard sack and go on. And sometimes it's a good thing. It's a gift and a curse. He looks to make the big play. He's a playmaker. He's a gambler. He's got a little Brett Favre in him. You know, and when he makes a great play, you're like, wow, what an incredible play. And then when he makes a bone, you're like, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? That's what I do. But congratulations. You broke the streak, you know, survive in advance and move on to next week. And we'll see what's up and go on. Number 2 seed, got another home game next week. And I'm sure y'all will be there and you'll have the mask on and y'all will be jumping through tables and stuff.
We don't jump through tables. That's a myth. That's a very few
I seen
select.
the videos. I seen it.
If we win the Super Bowl, I'm putting Ty B from Trainwreck Sports through a table. He already agreed to it. I told him we win the Super Bowl, I'm putting somebody through a table. But back to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is the #1 receiver in the NFL. I'll fist fight anybody who says different. And you're absolutely right. The dude is a dog. I've always been drawn to receivers like that. Steve Smith Jr., a guy that'll beat your ass and get up and tell you he's going to do it again, and then he does it again. Those are the type of players. T.O., I love those. So when we got Diggs, I was like, it's on. Like, that's exactly what we need. We need that personality in the locker room. We need the dude with the swag that's going to tell you, I'm going to whip your ass, and then it goes out and whips your ass.
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything that's being said. From my perspective, man, I told Monster before the show started, Dable was right over my head. I turned around and looked at Dable like, gave him the scoop.
I had to call Brian Dable to get everything turned around.
Right. I'm glad we had that chemistry there. You called him, I screw faced him. He ended up going back in his chair like, okay. Yeah, man, all that power running going on. What's going on, man? You got all these weapons, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley. What you call him? What do you call Cole Beasley? Tell everybody what you call him, Monster, one more time.
That's my man, Little Cole Beasley. Little Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley.
He ain't so measly Beasley. He ain't so measly. That's what Shannon Sharp calls him. Measly.
I mean, he takes care of Cole business. That's how I feel. He takes care of Cole business. It is what it is. Oh my goodness, my man Ace, the MVP, is coming.
I bet you it sucks for Dallas fans watching how good he is.
Yeah,
because I got CD Lamb, who I'm going to have for the next 10 years. So yeah,
CD Lamb is ass.
Stop it! Stop it! You wish you had CD. You wish you had CD Lamb.
No, sorry, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't.
Cole Beasley would be the 4th wide receiver on Dallas. The 4th.
Cole Beasley the 4th receiver on the Bills. So what that mean? Like,
hey,
no, he's y'all's number 2, man. Because John Brown can't stay healthy. He's y'all's number 2.
So John Brown. So you got all these weapons and they power running.
Gabe Davis might be the number 2.
Was running on Thursday.
You know what, Ace? That kid. You know what, Ace?
That kid just come in on stealth like he just come right in.
Come up here looking like.
Will came in like he's about to shoot
Ace come up in here. Ace come up in here looking like John B, man. Coming up here like John B and stuff.
About to drop the hottest R&B track.
Right, you know.
Thank you, boys. Thank you for the.
But you know what, Ace? So I agree with you on that.
Gabe Davis. This
kid, Gabe Davis. He's and the cool thing about it is they're letting him develop. And, he doesn't have to come in and beat a man. He can just kind of fall in there with these guys. But if Brown, when his contract is up, I think this kid could be the number 2 easily.
It's a steal.
Back to what I was trying to say. Thank you very much. I was trying to say pretty much in a nutshell that I also kind of questioned the offense.
2-8, huh?
Yeah, I also questioned that the offensive coordinator in the beginning, and then I thought that the defense was a little soft. I thought that they should have put more pressure on Phillip Rivers, and I thought that they should have been more physical with these receivers in this game. And I've seen some plays, Michael, where he's just getting into the soft spot in the zone, and I'm like, come on, man, put some pressure on this guy. I thought Josh Allen was the surgeon, not Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers out there just doing whatever he wanted to do in the beginning. So that's how I felt about it.
What's the odds, dude?
That's how I felt about it in the beginning, and there you have it. I mean, Buffalo made some interesting changes with the play calling, got more aggressive, started throwing the ball more like this right here, this 17 play. I think they do that a little bit too much.
Got his thumb out of his ass.
Yeah, do it a little too much. Will, what was your thoughts on this game?
My thoughts on this game, got to be more aggressive and got to eliminate the mistakes, man. We weren't aggressive enough. Listen, I told you last night, Indianapolis gave us the game. There was missed points. They were gambling a lot. If they don't do that, we lose this game, point blank. We got to be more aggressive. Like you said, the defense wasn't aggressive. Not enough pressure on Rivers. We can't stop a nosebleed. I mean, they just run all over us. Look how many drives they had that were a minute or maybe, under 2 minutes that they were just running the ball all over us. And they were getting 20-yard pops on us. We got to fix that. That's a huge issue. We cannot go forward playing a team, like the Titans or the Ravens and having the ball being ran down our throat like that.
They had 2 scoring drives. One was like 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And the other was like a minute and 3 seconds.
Right.
Scored 2 touchdowns within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That absolutely can't happen in the playoffs.
And both of them are just big chunk runs, as you see right there. I mean, you can't have that. That's unacceptable.
They just got real lackadaisical when they got that 14-point lead. It's 9 minutes to go in the game, and they just had some brain lapses versus Nyheim Hines, not knowing that he still can run the ball. They thinking he's more of a receiver type. You down 2 scores, they're gonna, throw the ball. But hey, Indy stayed aggressive with what got them there, which is the run game. And they caught the Bills lacking some missed tackles, and they was right back in it. So that's something to learn from going forward. Hey, you got to keep your foot on the gas. You got to stay aggressive. You got to play with your damn fundamentals, and do it one more time. Get them off the field one more time, then get another score. Then you could probably coast a little bit when it's 21-point lead, 17-point lead. But let right then and there, 14-point lead is not enough. They should know that by being up 16 points versus Houston last year. Right. You know what I mean? So that's not enough, So that's something I'm going to ask, all this week just to get their mind just triggered on, staying the course and finishing the jam job, aggressive. But, it's good to learn another week.
Hey, Mook, I'm looking in the comment section here, and somebody said Zach Moss injury update. Do we have any word on Zach Moss? Saw him get carried off the field. Any word on him?
When you get carried off, it's never good when you get carried off.
That's an ankle sprain, and you know how those ankle sprains are.
Yeah, it's a high ankle sprain, so he's pretty much going to be done for the rest of the season. Based upon the looks of that, I don't think he's going to be back. Worst case, he'll be back for a Super Bowl. I don't think he'll be back, depending on the severity of the injury. We'll know more on Monday. That's for damn sure. Everybody's going to be asking about that. But whenever you get carted off, that's 9 times out of 10. That's like out for the season type deals. Yeah. So to either TJ Yeldon or, Antonio Williams, next man up.
Okay. Any possibility of going out there,
making that call,
waiver wire. My man over here, Ace, he was saying he wanted Marshawn Lynch. Man.
Hey man, let that man do potato chip commercials. Don't bring Marshawn Lynch back. I love beast mode, but let that dude do what he's doing. Like there's nah. You know what I noticed the most about yesterday's game, and the thought that kept coming into my mind as I'm watching Indianapolis go up and down the field, is King Henry's gonna fucking kill us. Like, that was my thought. If we line up against Tennessee, Henry's gonna kill us if we play like this. No, I'm not even scared of Kansas City. Like, I'm not scared of Kansas City. We can run and gun with them. But the teams that can pound it down our throat, that's the team that scares me the most.
Well, see, that's where Buffalo has to make the adjustment.
I've been saying this the whole season about in the playoffs. I really feel like the teams that are able to run the ball in the playoffs, because that travels. If you're able to run the ball, and if you look at the teams that are remaining in the playoff on the AFC side of the playoffs, you got the Ravens who run the ball, you got the Browns who run the ball, you got the Titans who run the ball. And, I say this all the time. When I say it, people kind of roll their eyes. I say styles make fights. When you got to play against teams that the Browns are the Browns are ground and pounds. Mm-hmm. With Chubb and Hunt. You know what Tennessee does with Derrick Henry. But the thing about it is that's a problem to deal with going forward. But that's why we analyze this now, and we say, okay, when we're seeing certain stuff, and that's what I was saying as far as with the Josh Allen play, Mook. I wasn't trying to be, critical. I'm just saying you have to look at stuff. You have to look at stuff like that. And when I saw him take that sack, I'm like, I don't even care that you took a sack. Sometimes
right.
I'm like, take the sack. Yeah, take the sack, but you're running back 23 yards. You can't do that. You cannot do that. And if I'm McDermott, I'm telling, look, Josh, I love you, baby. You know, I remember some of the times when I see Mike Holmgren, he would look at Brett Favre and he's just like, you know, I love you, man, but you cannot. You're making me age here, man. You cannot do stuff like that. Take the 5-yard sack, run some clock off, and live the 5 down.
But once again, here we go. The play calling. This is where I had a problem with the play calling at this phase of the game. Now, mind you, Devin Singletary just ran like 11, 12 yards and got you a first down. You in field goal range right then and there. Run the damn football. It's like under 3 minutes to go. Run the football. They only had one timeout left. Run the football. Take 30 seconds off the clock. That's going to probably get you, you know, hey, second and 5. All right, now you're running it again, kill the clock, you know, make it 3rd and 2 or something like that. Now it's 2-minute warning to go. It's 3rd and 2. Now, spread their ass out and, you know, either do some RPO and let Josh keep it that way or, you know, just hit Beasley on 2-3 little deke and dunk. Damn, guess what? Game is over.
Yeah. I meant to ask you,
why, like, it wasn't, at that point in the game, it wasn't no need to pass the ball. You know what I mean?
Especially after that Singletary run, they threw it 3 straight times. I'm like, what are you throwing it for? Like, earlier in the game, you couldn't stop running. Now, you need to run. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It was the nerves, man. They weren't ready. Bunch of rookie guys in the first playoff game for the most of them.
Well, no, I mean, you know, that's some play calling. That's some play calling too. I mean, so you saw a little bit of that Houstonism to get that little Houston waste in the pieces of that fourth quarter, like little stretch right there. Like, you know, they you know, I don't know what went into that. You know what I mean? I might ask Dable that on Wednesday, like, yo, what went into, you know, you passing the ball right there when you know you had the first down. You know, Devin Singletary got you that first down. You know, you was in control of the game. You know what I mean? And then y'all did that shit. Like, what was the point in passing?
Right.
Like,
Brian Dable, did you get high before that last series? Fans want to know. That's why they won't let me in the locker room or the press room to ask questions.
Like, you know, what was that? You know, that was questionable. You know what I mean? That was a questionable, you know, situation.
I wanted to also ask you, Mook, with them having the first chance, having fans in the stands. Did you notice a different vibe in the stadium? You guys were there on the ground. What was your assessment?
That ground was crazy. It was still crazy. Like, I mean, I went out to like really get the first feel of the introduction with the fans and the players. I mean, because hey, we in the press box, ain't nobody out there. You know what I mean? So you see them run out music, but a different feel when the fans out there. So I wanted to get it in with the fans, you know, first the introduction, what that first roar gonna be like when they coming out. And that joint was, man, it was off the chain. I taped it, and you know, that joint was off the chain, man. At the press box, they had the damn press box shaking, man. At one point, I mean, they was loud in there. You wouldn't think 6,200 people would be that loud, just making so much damn noise. They was making a whole hell of a lot of noise. I mean, they was pounding on the damn aluminum chairs. So it was a good time. It was a good time. They definitely needed that.
I was really on the show on Friday. I called the game 27-24. That was the prediction I made for the Bills. I was happy for you guys, man. I really was happy with everything that's going on. I sit up there and I mess with you guys, man. But I gotta say, you have a great fan base, man. You got a really good fan base, and it's well deserved. And then the fact that you get another home playoff game this week, you know, that's just, I like it. You know, I was wondering if I would like the playoff format with the you know, with just one team having home field advantage, but you know, I wasn't really too excited when they said there was going to be a 7th team in the playoffs, but you know, you handle your business. You get another playoff game next week. We don't know who it's going to be yet, right?
No,
it's going to be Pittsburgh.
Not if the Browns win.
That's assuming they beat the Browns, right?
Yeah, that's if the Browns don't win. So.
If the Browns beat the Steelers, the offensive coordinator for the Steelers is fired. There's no way. How the Browns going to lose? They just practiced yesterday for the first time, and their head coach ain't calling the plays. I mean, Van Pelt is the OC, but this is where I go back and tell everybody it'd be a lot of figurehead OCs out there because Stefanski's calling the plays. I didn't even know Alex Van Pelt was the OC. You know what I mean? It goes to show you that, you know, back in the days with Roman and all that stuff, Harbaugh was calling those plays in San Fran. You know, it'd be like that. It'd be like that.
I got something to show real quick.
Sorry, but I am trying.
All right.
What, Juju Smith's comments towards the Browns?
Nope.
That dude just don't learn. There he goes.
I ain't showing.
All these videos are epic, man.
I think I have a problem here. So let me make a phone call real quick. Let me get my phone on. There we go. Make a phone call. Yeah. Let me talk to Brian Dable. Not fucking holds the playoffs. Got thousands of pissed off mafia. Got questions. Put me right through. Monster. Yeah, we're kind of pissed off. What are you doing? No, it seems like you got your thumb in your ass. Have the run today? Yeah, throw to the fucking ground for the next drive. Will you please? Let the kid throw the fucking ball. This is embarrassing so far. Yeah. You're fucking my video all up. Make sure you don't overeat after the game either. You know your wife hates when your cholesterol gets high and you get all soupy. Yeah. All right, I love you, buddy. But stick it up your ass and throw the fucking ball. I don't get this play calling. I don't see what our fucking plan is. So hopefully that helps. Let's go. All right,
one more time, y'all.
Yeah.
Let me get my phone on. There
That's a hell of a phone call.
Yeah. Let me talk to Brian Dable. No, I'm not going to fucking hold us to playoffs. Got thousands of pissed off mafia. Got questions. Put me right through. Yeah, Dable. It's Monster. Yeah, we're kind of pissed off. What are you doing? No, it seems like you got your thumb in your ass. Do me a favor. Take the part of the playbook that has the runs in it. Yeah, throw to the fucking ground for the next drive. Will you please? Let the kid throw the fucking ball. This is embarrassing so far. Yeah.
Monster, every time I see your videos, bro, every time I see your...
Yeah. All right, I love you, buddy. But stick it up your ass and throw the fucking ball. I don't get this play calling. I don't see what our fucking plan is. So hopefully that helps. Let's go. All right, seems we're having problems here.
Monster, every time I see your videos, bro, I think 5-hour energy drink, Red Bull, and a lot of coffee, bro.
No, I don't drink coffee. Never have. I hate coffee, but that's my drug. That's my drug of choice. Great Kickstarter.
Okay.
They need to call Kickstart. Get you a deal.
Need to give me an endorsement.
I love the phone call though. That definitely would light a spark in somebody's eyes. I'll tell you that much. That was great.
It's the stuff you think about as a fan sitting home. Like, obviously, you know what I mean? There's no contact, but if I could, this is what the conversation would be.
Oh, I'm sure somebody showed them the videos, that you've made prior. You know what I mean? Like, speaking
of videos, man, what about my man that was crying, man? You know what I mean? He was crying out there. You see him?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time, man. A lot of emotion.
A lot of emotion, man. I know everybody's anxiety was through the roof yesterday. Like, what?
You got the whole mafia sitting on the edge of their seat all day. I mean, it wasn't.
It was great for it to happen in that fashion, man. Look at Coach. He gets emotional. He get pumped up.
I see this video right here. I'll make sure I put the volume on real quick. I'll go back and put the volume on for y'all.
I'm proud of you guys, man. These are hard to get, right? I thought regular season. Team perfect. It's the playoff. We need it.
You got to bring it back and pause it for a minute, man. Let it catch up.
You got to let it buffer.
Technical difficulties, folks. I'm sure. All right. So, with that being said, you've seen some videos, some exciting videos. Bills Mafia. It's been 25 years. Let's get to next week's game. We could talk in a session about this one, but we got another one.
But we did leave off on one point as far as like the run game, like they was running all over us. Taylor had 78 yards rushing. He was under 4 a carry. Himes had just the chunk carries. You know what I mean? They really contained Taylor for the most part. It was just that Nyheim Hines had those big chunk runs. But
they're giving the ball.
He outgained Taylor, didn't he?
They're giving the ball. They should have. I don't know. I was looking. I'm like, why are you giving the ball to Hines? Taylor is the workhorse back. That to me, that's bad. That's bad coaching right there.
That one bad coaching. They was down 2 scores. Nyheim Hines had 6 carries for 75 yards. He almost had the same production that Taylor had in 21 carries. You know what I mean?
And Hines didn't touch the ball to the 4th quarter.
Right. That's when he had those 2 big chuck runs because it was down 14. That set that he's in, okay, it's a passing set, but they handed the ball off to his ass. You know what I mean? So he was able to make some bulk carries. And let's give the damn coach some credit, man. They have been, I said this before the game started, that the Colts are probably the most balanced team that the Bills have faced thus far. And it showed, out there. They definitely gave the Bills some problems defensively.
They got a top 5 defense nobody talks about. I mean, that defense is stellar, and they were giving the pressure. They're putting the pressure.
Cole Beasley said that's the toughest defense they played this year.
Yep.
Right. So with that being said, with it being the toughest defense they faced all year, and Josh Allen ass was still 75% and still threw for 300 yards. Like, come on,
you just got to learn to slide, man.
Who's doing that? Nobody's doing that. Now, everybody want to talk about all this crazy stuff. Josh Allen is Josh Allen now. When Andrew Luck was the quarterback in Indy, everybody loved Andrew Luck. When Andrew Luck broke a record, or Andrew Luck did something that nobody's never done, they put that up everywhere, posterized it, everything. I don't think Andrew Luck won a playoff game, did he? Did he win one?
Yeah, he got one.
He got one?
Yeah, he got one.
If he do, he probably got one. If he do, it's one. But
he got one or two because he faced the Patriots in the
Josh Allen out here doing stuff that a lot of these quarterbacks ain't never done, man. You know what I mean? I know first of all, he's the first quarterback in that class to get a playoff win. That's one out of the 2018 class. And then, like once again, he's the only one that ran for 50 yards, threw for 70%, threw for 300 yards, no turnovers. Marcus, sorry. Nobody's did that since Andrew Luck, Drew Brees, and few other Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I don't see Baker Mayfield's name. I don't even see Patrick Mahomes' name in that regard. In certain realms of records that
Baker's going to get his chance today. We'll see what Baker does today. Let's not speak when he gets his. Baker's a bum.
And Lamar, because Lamar could potentially be 0-3 in the playoffs after today.
Baker's a bum.
Potentially.
I tell you what.
Potentially. He's 0-2 now.
This year's draft, all the analysts and experts is going to be talking about, oh, yeah, he's a Josh Allen prototype. Nobody's going to say he's a Baker Mayfield. No.
No one. Well,
watch how many experts and analysts compare these next new quarterbacks to Josh Allen, not Dak Prescott, not Baker Mayfield. Okay?
Well, I think I would say Allen. I don't know about that. Who will you compare Justin Fields to? Come on now.
Who you compare Justin Fields to?
Yeah.
It ain't Dak Prescott.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh,
yes,
it
is.
Oh, boy.
Justin Fields' game isn't like Dak Prescott's?
No.
Stop it. That's who he'll be compared to. Josh Allen, I don't know if there is a.
Yeah, but you got to be good to get compared to.
Dak Prescott is good. Dak Prescott is good. How big is Trevor Lawrence? How big is he?
6'6".
He's 6'6", about 230.
Yeah, he's thin side on the thin side. He on the thin side.
Yeah, I don't know if he's heavy as Josh is.
Yeah,
Josh, I use the word unicorn a little bit. There's not too many quarterbacks built like Josh Allen either. He's you look at Cam, Big Ben. That's about it as far as big mobile quarterback. He's big and he can move. you know, Josh is bigger. Josh is bigger than Aaron Rodgers. He's bigger than, you know, a lot of these top. You know, he's damn sure bigger than.
We talk about the new wave of quarterbacks. We ain't talking about the old ones. How many elite young quarterbacks is there right now, Marcus? How many elite young quarterbacks is it right now? It's only on one hand. Who are they?
You're right. You're right. Pat, Josh. Do we consider Lamar elite? Is Lamar?
You got to throw Lamar in there.
Deshaun Watson, and it depends on what are we calling young? Under 25?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been in the league for 4 or 5 years.
Speaking on something elite, I got it this time. I got y'all. Here you go.
I'm proud of you guys, man. These are hard to get, right? I thought regular season, playoffs hard to get. Great team win, man. It wasn't all perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be. It's the playoffs. They're hard to get. We need everyone. It's a great win. Great win for the organization and what we just went through this week, right? Great win. Gritty win. And you got to have that in the playoffs. We got work to do. Humble and hungry, right? Get your rest. Let's hit the reset button. Hey, humble and hungry, man. Blessed too. We want to make a team that gets to play next week. We know that for sure. God is good, man. Go out next week this week. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
All right, there we go. So you heard it right there. Humble and hungry. Humbled and hungry. I tell you what, though, the Bills' defense got to be 472 yards better than it was.
They beat that against Pittsburgh. You know, Indianapolis coach was just good. They had great balance. Like,
Styles make fights.
You know, I mean, Rivers a savvy veteran, man. He's he's playing for his career. You know what I mean? So it was just a lot into it. Like, it's never going to be easy. I'm glad the Bills were able to overcome and have a lot of ups and downs and overcome it. You know what I mean? You know, they're so battle tested right now. You wouldn't believe, like, they're a very battle tested team. Now, potentially coming in playing a Pittsburgh Steelers team, the confidence is going to be so sky high against Pittsburgh coming back up in here because, I mean, they know that they didn't really play that good against Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? And they dominated the game. So I don't see, Pittsburgh. I don't see that the confidence level is off the roof right now. They got the gritty win out the way. You know what I mean? They got the jitters of never winning a playoff game, since Jim Kelly and those dudes. That monkey is now off the bat. They could play a little bit more freer, a little bit more relaxed, a familiar foe that they, basically face. And, they'll lock horns again with Pittsburgh. It'll be a different aspect, of the game. You know what I mean? It won't be. I don't think they don't have balance the way that the Colts have balance. Now, are they high power? Yeah, they are high power, but that was just it. That was the game to get us. If that was the game to get the Bills, that was the game to get them. Now it's just that just alerted the antennas on, really knowing how to play complete games and finish the job. And they get another week to do that. So I don't think Pittsburgh is going to pose too much of a threat like how Indy did, but Pittsburgh, Cleveland they got to win to get in right now. They got to win to stay in.
Yeah, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Pittsburgh's got work to do today. It's not written in the stars that Pittsburgh wins today. That's not written in the stars. With the way that they've been playing recently, and I know I'll probably hear something. I know I'll probably hear something from Ramona here when she watches this. But it ain't written in the stars that Pittsburgh wins the game today. They should win the game, but I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all might agree or disagree. I think Cleveland would present y'all with more problems than Pittsburgh would. Is that a fair assessment?
Absolutely. They got the 1-2 punch and running back.
Yeah,
we can't stop the run.
Back to what Mookie said. We're battle tested. We're battle tested. When the schedule came out before the season, we looked at Kansas City, Seattle. Like, we just looked. I was like, oh shit. Like, but then I thought, you know what? This is the year. Put up or shut up. Like, they have to be good this year. At the beginning of the year, I would have never thought their record was what it is now. But they're battle tested. We're the only team left in the playoffs whose strength of schedule was over 500. Like, we've played good teams. We've beat good teams.
All playoff
so battle tested
teams.
is absolutely. I think we're the most battle tested this year on anybody left in the playoffs.
I totally agree with that. My lawyer called me earlier before the show started and said, who we playing? I said, well, if Pittsburgh wins, we play Pittsburgh. If Pittsburgh don't win, I mean, then you're not getting Cleveland, you're getting Tennessee or you're getting Baltimore. She was like, oh, yeah, good, because Cleveland, that's going to be a problem. So that's not a shocker that I'm hearing Cleveland presents.
Well, we played Cleveland last year and was winning that game until, Levi Wallace just gave up the slant at the end. You know what I mean? And, Josh Allen threw the ball like
that motherfucker
50 times, and they was winning the game. That's how you see the growth and the development of Brian Dable, too. You know what I mean? Like, you winning the game, but why Josh is throwing 40, 50 times and the game is won? Like certain stuff, you learn from. But, we play Cleveland, too. They the same team.
Didn't Nick Chubb have a good game in that Cleveland game last year? He had over 100 in that game, didn't he?
I think he
barely
went over it. He just went over it.
I think it was him and Sanders who really ran it on y'all last year.
Man, it was a low-scoring game. They wasn't doing all that. We got a safety and everything.
Miles Sanders from the Eagles, I think he had over 100. I think Chubb had 100. I have to check and see.
See, we got to remember as we're talking about the Browns. They got that run game, but all in all, the ball still has to go in Baker's hands. All right, and I'm not 100% sold on Baker at all. So, with that being said, there's going to be mistakes that'll be made for him as well.
19.
Mookie, you know what I was wondering, Mook?
Yeah.
You ever get a chance to ask him, with the game and the situation and the way it was, if Tyler Bass misses that field goal and they get another short field, but just his faith and confidence in Bass, like, I wonder how long he mulled over that before he's like, you know what, fuck it, I have faith in the kid, let him do it. Because that was a huge
his confidence been sky high in the kid, since day one. Whenever you get rid of kicker that's been on his team for over 3 years, he don't make it to the regular season. The confidence is definitely
House Money went from the man to gone real fast. Like that
real fast.
Was quick.
I had to ask.
Generally, how it goes with kickers, anyways. Generally, kickers, they're flying high. They're this guy, and then it's just like, what happened to this guy? Like, who was the boy? Vanderjack. You remember Vanderjack back in the day? He was a good kicker one day, and then the next day he was just trash, just straight trash. Kicker.
Oh yeah, he was trash. He was trash after he missed that long field.
Yeah, it's like these kickers.
Dallas, it was trash too.
Yeah, they're flying high one day, and then just one day they just fall off a cliff. When Hausker was with Seattle, he was a pretty damn good kicker, And then he got to Buffalo towards the end of his career, and he just fell off the map, So that's generally how it goes with kickers. Once they lose their confidence, they start missing a couple of kicks. They generally don't recover from that,
I know, but this kid, he's not like that. I mean, you got to look at this kid here. He missed his first 2 kicks of his career. You know what I mean? But come around.
Everybody was calling for his head. I was calling for his head.
And turn around and set the record and set the record for most points in the season. And he was the only rookie kicker to kick a 54-yarder in NFL history.
By the way, facts check. Nick Chubb had 116 yards.
Yeah, I know he had.
He had 116 yards, 20 carries. Yeah, he had 26. 5.8 a carry.
Watch it for a little bit.
But you Monster, to answer your question, you said you talked to Tyler Bass. I got him right here.
Just take that on. Have you heard since the end of the game that it was the longest field goal by a rookie in football?
Hold on, let me see.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Now, with the 54 yards.
Thank you, man.
The eye of the Tyler, Mickey Hawkins, Westwood Sports 1080. Great win out there today.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Now, with the 54-yarder, at that point in time, you're not knowing that's going to be the eventual game-winning kick. So, how composed did you have to be to make sure you got enough velocity and foot underneath that ball to get it through that race?
Yeah, so warming up, we knew that we set the line at about 53 going that way. We knew we had a little bit more in the tank. As long as if I didn't smash, like try to hit it as hard as I can. So I knew if I put a good foot on it, good contact on it, we'd have a good shot. And then I just appreciate Coach for giving me a chance and the guys for going out there, and we ended up executing. So it's fun.
Now your first.
There you go. Did y'all hear that?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
he kicked the fuck out that ball.
Sure did.
Absolutely. All right, so adjustments for next game. We need to talk about the next. Let's get to the next game. Whether it's an evening game or a night game, whoever we playing, whether it's Pittsburgh or
well, it's got to be an evening or a night game. You can't be putting on one of the hottest teams.
It got to
in
be
the morning
night
like
game,
that.
man. They got a prime time.
That's
man.
unbelievable.
They got the older fans a prime time game now.
I honestly feel like they led the playoffs off with us because they thought it wasn't going to be close. Why put it in prime time? I think the networks thought that we were going to run them.
Right. That's why they got to give it to us this game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They got to give it to us this game. And then, hey, the next game is prime time anyway because it's versus, it's the championship. So it's automatic prime time. So, yeah, they got to give us Pittsburgh under the lights again. Shit, you got to do it again under the lights. Right here in Buffalo with the fans.
So with that being said, what adjustments do the Bills need to make offensively and defensively?
I think once again, depending on their opponent, against Pittsburgh, if it's Pittsburgh, then they got to get after Big Ben. They got to get after Big Ben. That's the main thing, and lock up them wide receivers. They receivers seem to have the dropsies. They've been dropping everything, and then if it's Cleveland, Baltimore, or Tennessee, you got to tighten up that run defense, because from what I saw yesterday and what I've seen most of the season, it seems they have a problem stopping the run. It hasn't cost them. It hasn't cost them really in the game, because when you lost to Tennessee, Henry didn't really run wild, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a pretty good game against y'all, I think, but it was more like with the passing, So you got to tighten up that run defense. That's the main thing that I see.
Here, I'll take it. As far as offense, man, whoever you play, you got to come out and you got to just keep your foot on the gas. Get out and get these big leads and force some of these guys who have quarterbacks that aren't playoff, how you want to say, experience. Force them to have to win the game. Instead of a run game. And as far as for the defense, we got to be able to stop the run, and we got to contain these tight ends. That was something that was killing us yesterday that nobody talked about. The tight end was all over the place. Doyle was everywhere catching it. If you play a team like Baltimore and they got Andrews out there, he's going to eat us right up in the middle all day.
Well, that mesh concept, again, like I was saying yesterday, that mesh concept is a mean concept to handle. You got to be able to communicate defensively. You got to be able to, hey, this is a crosser. This guy's running this route. This guy's running this. You need to be in this place. This. You need to be here. It's not easy. And they got very successful. They were very successful running that. Again, Michael Pittman was just running through the zone, getting into the soft spot, and catching passes. I'm like, yo, get aggressive. Good God Almighty, put some pressure on this guy. It's annoying. Just sitting out here watching him just act like he a surgeon at 37.
He was 4-0. He's 4-0 in the wild card game, and he's got experience. He's a savvy veteran. And he did.
That was going to be 4-1 after.
Yeah, he did what he was supposed to do.
And we played soft zone a lot.
They never listen, Ace. They never
listen. They never listen.
Make it make sense.
But I don't know. I mean, for the most part, yesterday's game, they got to get sacks and they got to get turnovers.
Right.
Nobody created a turnover on both sides. They didn't force Phillip Rivers to throw an interception. Josh Allen didn't throw an interception. He didn't lose a fumble. Phillip Rivers ain't lose a fumble. There was no turnover.
How many sacks did the Bills have?
Huh?
How many sacks did the Bills have?
I don't think they
I don't think they had
anything.
I don't remember them having anything.
Hold on, I got it right here.
I remember in the beginning of the year, I said
I think they got 1 sack. Let's see.
Right, the big issue is getting pressure. The defensive line getting pressure. I do not see somebody who is a dog besides Jerry Hughes going out there to get pressure. I'm sorry.
Well, they've been getting pressure as of late. It just yesterday they weren't getting no sacks.
No sacks.
No sacks. It was one of those games where they relied on the front four to get pressure. They didn't blitz Milano too much. Due to the fact that once again, we're not giving the Indianapolis coach credit and the offensive mind of Frank Wright. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not going to have that type of concept in their repertoire. The coach run a lot of 2-3 tight end sets. People are not realizing that, you know what I mean? So it allows the Bills to have personnel issues that they haven't had out there at the same time before, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was fairly new to them to be in that situation with those personnel groupings. Let's give the Indianapolis coach credit, all right? I know what everybody's thinking. Everybody thinking, well, if Pittsburgh do the same thing with mesh concepts and all that, then they can beat the Bills. No. It don't work like that.
James Conner is Jonathan Taylor. He's not. Let's just keep it.
You know what I mean? So it's
so it comes a one-dimensional game against Pittsburgh.
It is what it is against the Indianapolis coach. Nobody was able to stop the coach. The coach was automatically going to score 21 points. I went a lot of money on them because I knew that no matter who they played, they were going to at least score 21 points. So if they play in the Bills, they're at least going to score 21 points. We know the Bills are going to score 21 points. They're going to score some points. That's one team that I can attest to that you're not going to stop them from not putting up points. All right. If they did, that was in the beginning of the season. You know what I mean? But they're
really good at putting points up.
Yeah, they're putting up points. So Bills wasn't going to stop them putting up points because they're so well balanced. Let's give the Indianapolis coach credit, man. The team that the Bills haven't faced all season, now they have. And look, the Bills are doing real good when teams are playing off coverage. The Bills' offense did do enough. They were up 14 with 9 minutes to go in the game, bro. You know what I mean? So the offense did do their job to some degree. The defense is the ones that had that lapse, but the defense was the ones that able to correct their mistakes late in the ball game, when, hey, how Marcus say, they put out their own fire, they started, right? The defense did, right? It wasn't the offense's fault. The offense did their job. The offense got up 14 damn points with 9 minutes to go in the game.
Well, I hope nobody takes that. I hope nobody takes what I'm saying as a knock on Buffalo as far as offensively. I just thought that they were going to get it started in early. I thought they were going to come out and they were going to hammer.
It was the field position. You can't start off aggressive like
that. But the last few games they've been feeling the defense, taking the few first drives and feeling out the defenses. So it wasn't going to be right out the gate.
It would have been if they would have started in decent area. Like that one play, Robert shouldn't have brought the ball out. You know what I mean? He shouldn't have brought the ball out. He got to the 12, and then there was a penalty on top of that. Took it back to the 2. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that kills momentum. You know what I mean? They didn't have no momentum starting at your damn 2. You know what I mean? Like so it calls for conservative play calling.
I'll tell you that Indianapolis special teams is legit.
Yeah, they do the same thing the Bills do. When you go back and look at the rankings on average field start, their average is more than the Bills. You know what I mean? Their average start was higher than the Bills in field position. So, both special teams did a good job in that regard, but the Bills' average start was at their own 7, while Indianapolis was like at their own 30.
Yeah, but he's a well-coached team.
Right, it's a well-coached team, and I tell you what, we talk about giving them credit. You almost gave Frank Wright credit for another comeback, and not the right comeback. Very close. What I will say is, next game, I'm just hoping that they don't start off at the 2-yard line. I hope they come out hammer fist teams on offense, and I hope the defense is a lot more aggressive as far as blitz schemes and bringing pressure, because they doggone sure didn't do it yesterday. What I was seeing. They definitely did.
The Colts have a really, really good line too, Dre.
Okay, that's fine and dandy, but guess what? You still got to play.
You got to make adjustments when you go in the half, and that's something that it didn't seem like they did.
You still gotta get paid to do what you gotta do, and that's bring pressure. And I'm hoping the next game they bring some pressure. I'm hoping that we see more throws from Josh Allen early.
Yeah, as the video you showed a little while ago, Monster hit it right on the head. I was like, what are they doing? Run, run, run. What are you doing?
And I totally get it. I mean, especially now with you losing Zach Moss, I think the ball is going to be in Josh's hands more, especially.
Yeah. Hey, you guys think you'll see an Antonio Williams now?
Yeah, you'll probably see Antonio Williams, or they'll get somebody a veteran. They got to get.
It's TJ. I mean, it's going to be either or. You know, that's going to be the big.
See, we can't roll with TJ, buddy. I don't want to see that.
I can't do TJ.
That dude's no.
Would rather roll with Tywan Jones. To be honest,
yeah. Put the young kid in, get the rookie out there, Williams, and let him do his thing. I seen things that I liked in that Miami game, and I'm sure he could carry it right on over. You know, a playoff game, a kid like that's young, he's going to be excited, and he's going to want to show what he can do and earn a position on the team. So give him the ball, let him use that confidence to run all over the place.
What you say, Ace? Let the kids play.
Let the kid play, man. Yeah, get him out there. Yep. You know, he's young.
First, a different bar game when you well, I don't know, because Miami, he did do that against Miami once. He did do that against Miami once.
Yeah,
Miami ones was out there. Miami ones was out there with a mixture of something, but they too. I don't know. I don't know. They ones was out there.
That second half, I think the defense gave up too, but
I don't know. I mean,
the Miami.
I think it'll probably be TJ just because of pass protections and other stuff of the game that that he could do more as far as experience in a playoff situation, potentially against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'd rather have TJ Yeldon out there.
You know why I don't want him there? Because he's experienced at fumbling the ball. That scares me. We don't need that.
Yeah, he didn't fumble at all this year. He didn't fumble the ball at all.
Not this year.
How many times did they actually gotten the rock this year, though?
Yeah, only a couple of times. So,
but
I mean,
overall, if Yeldon's out there, don't mean we got to give it to him.
That's right. His track record, though.
He just has the frame. I'm looking at from a pass protection point. This guy is 6'1", 6'2". He's a big guy. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it for more or less that. And he can catch. You know what I mean? So it's different ways you can use him and Motor Singletary. I just like the big frame. You know what I mean? If Najee Harris would have came out last year, we wouldn't be having this discussion because hopefully we'd be in the Bills uniform. But,
indeed.
Yeah, I that's why I said wouldn't mind having a trade for Fournette. Now imagine Fournette and what's her name now. But hey, I don't mind the Moss. I didn't mind the Moss deal. They just got to get the young guy going, and now he's dealing with injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, but personality-wise, Fournette seems like a piece of shit.
He wasn't gonna work in Buffalo. He's got drama in Buffalo. I remember the little story.
I just don't see them bringing him into the culture.
Guys, you gotta also understand.
Ain't nothing wrong with Fournette.
You're making me defend the guy that I don't look. What was the MO on Stephon Diggs coming out of Minnesota?
Diva.
You see what I'm saying? Sometimes y'all hear me say this all the time. Sometimes you just need to change the scenery. You know what I'm saying? You need to get out of a situation. He was playing with Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins is throwing the ball 10 feet over his head. He's getting upset, and so then you get, labeled a diva. You get labeled a team record. It's not that. You got this garbage quarterback out here that's not getting me the ball.
Certain people bought into that. I won't mention any names, but their initials are Marcus Betts. You were saying, what about when Josh rolls over his head? He's going to be into his face too.
And guess what? And you're right. And guess what? If Josh didn't improve this season and Josh was throwing the ball over his head, he would have been cussing him out. Luckily, Josh, he did the work. He this offseason, I'm training my son right now. I'm getting him ready for the next upcoming college football season. You got to want it though. I can train you. I can do this and I can do it, but also you got to want it. And for what I've seen with Josh Allen is the work ethic You know, going back, your mechanics suck. Okay, this offseason, I'm going to work on my completions. I'm going to work on my accuracy. I'm going to work on stuff like that, you know? So he put in the work. You know, they're talking about giving him an extension now. He'll probably be one of the higher paid quarterbacks in there. And he did the work. So when I see that, look, I make my determinations based off of what I see. You guys see it. Oh, he's hating. He's not. If Josh Allen plays a good game, I'm going to give him his props. If he plays like crap, I'm going to talk bad to him. I told you guys, balls and strikes.
Ethan, you ain't got to worry about that, because when it comes to Marcus teams, Alpha stands for always losing people's hurting asses. So don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about none of that.
If somebody on the Bills doesn't play well, I'm one of my team's biggest critics. I mean, I'll say, hey, they need to get better.
You know what, Ethan, and I'll give you credit on that. Now, there are other people. What drives me crazy is the homerism, where it's just like, no matter what they do, this guy's still good. And I ain't gonna mention no names or nothing, but their initials are Ricky Graves Jr. I know you're looking in the comment section. You gotta look, man. You gotta be realistic. I have a football show, and if you guys have watched it. On levels to this, and Ramona's Rocky Buyer player of the week. Josh Allen has won that award on my show a couple of times. Stephon Diggs has won that award on my show a couple of times. So if you play well, you'll be rewarded. But if you play like trash, you're gonna feel this heat. That's just how we do. We don't pull no punches over here. I'm not a baker, so I don't sugarcoat nothing. You're gonna get the business if you play like crap. Josh Allen is, in my opinion, second in the MVP race. And I know Ace, me and Ace, and Mookie and Dre, we didn't all hit a tag team debate on this. And we can have that. We can have that argument. Here's the other thing: if Aaron Rodgers, plays like crap next week. Josh Allen comes out and lights up whoever he plays in the second round. Josh Allen still has a chance to win this. So it's not.
No. It's a regular season award.
If Aaron Rodgers comes out and plays like crap next week, and I'm not saying he will or he won't, but he comes out and plays like crap next week, and Josh Allen lights up Cleveland or lights up Pittsburgh. He could kind of tip the scales a little bit. I'm
gonna be honest with you. I know we had that argument. We had that conversation. I think it's Joshua Patrick Allen, and the only reason why I think that now is because of influence. I talked about it earlier at nauseum. I was one who said Aaron Rodgers. Of course, the guy is phenomenal. But when it comes to influence, I remember Peyton Manning, things of that nature. I remember Peyton, the influence he had in Indy. The things that he brought to that culture, a losing organization. Josh Allen has done that.
Let's be real though. The MVP, let's be real, and whether it's fair or unfair, the MVP, what is it? It's just like the Pro Bowl. It's a popular
pick, and that's something.
I told Dre before the show started, I don't give two shits if Josh wins MVP. Give me Super Bowl MVP. I'll take that.
Right.
True that. Definitely. My thing is, I don't believe it's a regular season award either. I'm not buying it. Yeah. If it was a regular season,
if he comes out and balls
right after the regular season, damn it.
Yeah.
If
he comes out and balls next week, and then Aaron Rodgers gets bounced next week a bit against Tampa Bay or whoever, I'm just saying if he does that next week, then Josh Allen still has a chance to win this victory.
Gotta keep the dream alive, man.
He's got more to play for now. He got the contract extension talks. You got the MVP award, and you got to keep on winning for the team. So there's a lot more to play for now.
He's gonna get paid.
Watch this real quick. Let's ask everybody this question before we go, and not to cut nobody off, but let's ask this question before we go because we definitely running out of time. Wow. All right. Question. Who would you want to see the Bills play in the Super Bowl? If the Bills get there, who you want to see them play?
TB12.
Tampa
We
Bay,
already
yeah.
kicked the shit out of New England. That's how we close that fucking chapter. We whoop Brady's ass. I don't give a shit if it's in New England. We take him down on the big stage where it fucking counts, and that's our justification, and that's where we close that chapter.
I second that, and that's all I got to say.
I think the most entertaining. Well, if you're looking for the revenge factor, yes. But if you're looking for a
really good game,
fireworks game. To me, that's Green Bay. That's Green Bay because you're looking at, the top 2 MVP candidates is in my opinion, the top 2 MVP.
Wait a minute, don't the Bills play Tampa Bay next year?
Yes, and I believe it's here.
No, it's in Tampa.
Oh, it's in Tampa. Oh,
yeah. If you go out there, you go out there and you go. Josh Allen has played against some of the guys who were earlier in the season in the MVP conversation. He played against Russell Wilson, who earlier in the season was in the MVP conversation. He was early in the season. He was
absolutely.
You gotta get to Seattle again. We got on him last night.
Yeah, we killed him last night.
But I'm just saying. I'm saying a lot of times, whenever there's a debate, when it's head to head, there is no controversy. We can do all the hypotheticals. Oh, I think he would have did this against him. If you have Josh Allen versus Aaron Rodgers, I think this could get settled right here and there.
Absolutely. Agreed.
So it won't be no debate. You go there and you can win all the shit. You can win the Super Bowl MVP, the regular season MVP, and you can beat you can kind of signal the changing of the guard because I've always thought that Aaron Rodgers was better than Tom Brady any damn ways, in my opinion. Talent wise, I've always thought Aaron Rodgers was a better quarterback than
Yes.
You go up there and you beat Mr. Discount Double Check, Mr. Rogers rate head to head.
So what you're saying is if you put Aaron Rodgers on New England, he'd have a lot more rings than Tom Brady?
Of course.
Yes.
Tom Brady said that.
Yes. I do believe that. Sometimes you just, and this is what I was telling you all, and when I said this early in the season, oh, Marcus, you're just hating. I go, look at you. Baker Mayfield sucks. I'm like, look, Josh Allen, the advantage that he's had, and he's progressed and he's done well, but he's also had stability as compared to a Baker Mayfield. When you have 3 offensive coordinators in 3 years and 3 head coaches in 3 years, that has a effect on you. When you're Sam Darnold and you have Adam Gase as your coach, that has an effect on you. When you're Josh Rosen and you keep getting bounced around, you get drafted in the first round and then they trade you the next offseason, that has an effect on you. So sometimes it's where you end up at that determines your success. Put Barry Sanders on behind Dallas's offensive line, and let's see how that works out.
Well, I got some interesting AFC East rumored news right now. There is in conversation right now Deshaun Watson going to the Miami Dolphins and giving away Tua Tagovailoa.
They can't. We talked about that the other night, Dre. I think they can't do that because of the salary cap. They're paying too many players, man.
Miami has plenty of money, by the way.
They do.
To a tugboat. Buy to a tugboat.
They're willing to.
They have $17 million, I believe, or $18 million.
Miami?
Yeah, am I wrong?
No, Miami.
Who was I looking at that had 17 or 18?
We hit it up there. It was like
Miami damn stupid money.
Because they're paying that defense a lot of money. That I'm aware of.
Boston that they paid what?
They only got 2 guys that they're paying. The 2 highest paid players on their team are the cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Byron Jones and Xavier Howard. That's the only
man. Van Noy getting paid too.
Hold on, I gotta look into it.
Look, Van Noy getting a little money, but Miami got plenty of money.
They got plenty of money though. They got plenty of money. My thing is next year that changes a little bit of the perspective too. Deshaun Watson playing in the AFC East. Now you got him, and I mean, is Cam gonna stay in New England?
Cam ain't got a job next year unless he's backing up somewhere.
$16.1 million they have next year, guys. Come on.
Wait a minute. 16.1 left or 16.1 for next year?
They're going to have 16.1, and it looks like they're going to take a hit somewhere. Let me Let me dig into it now. Now that you made me pull it up. Oh, boy.
Well,
I mean, that's a hefty contract that they'll have to take on for Deshaun Watson.
$44 million. I mean,
yeah,
they got a cap-friendly contract.
You can trade him to Atlanta. Trade him to Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, and then you still got to think. You still got to think they got to bring in receivers. You know, they got to bring in weapons around the guy because that's the problem he has in the Texans. There's no weapons around him.
Here's the thing about it, Ace. Here's the thing about it. The contract that I saw that was being the scenario that they were talking about was Tua and one of their first round picks. They have 2 first round picks. They have the third. They have the number 3 pick. They have the number 3 pick in the draft, which is the Texans pick for the Laramie Tunsil trade.
So they're gonna get that back. They're gonna get it back from.
Well, here's my question. Talking about quarterback contracts. What do you think Josh Allen deserves since this is the Bill show?
It depends what he does in the playoffs with the rest of the playoffs and how far he goes. That's
getting 40. He's gonna get $40+ million. Like
41, 42, 40.
Yeah, he's getting $40+ million a year. Like
he's getting $750.
750.
750.
But then
Paul Robinson, what up?
What's going on, brother?
What's up?
What's going on? Here is a Seattle Seahawks fan, by the way. But we got
Gonzaga Bulldogs, #1 in the nation.
Okay.
Got that going on too, bro.
Absolutely. He watches the Bills. My question to you, Paul.
Gonzaga, yeah.
As a football fanatic, Josh Allen, what do you think Josh Allen should be getting in his next contract?
He should be getting at least $250 million. 250 to 260, yeah.
Oh.
If he wins the Super Bowl, and he does it, and he might. I mean,
250. I think
you got to wait it out because they got to see what's going to happen with Lamar. So what you don't want to happen is you don't want Josh to get paid, and then all of a sudden Lamar comes in and he's making a bigger buck, and then they're going to ruin the kid's confidence. You know what I mean?
That's the way it kind of works. That's the way it kind of works, though.
I disagree. I think you want to pay Josh. So
you want to pay him because you don't want him. You don't want him.
Josina Anderson just reported that Deshaun Watson is on vacation and hasn't spoken to the team about anything, including the trade.
No, because they're gonna fix it. They're gonna try to fix that relationship in the Texans.
Yeah.
JJ Watt wants out. Bring his ass here.
Right. I can go for that.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll take that.
He's going to go to a winning team. He's not going to sit around and go to those.
No, you could tell after the last video he made when he was ripping everybody. That's a dude who wants to win. That's a guy who said everything short of "get me the fuck out."
I mean, he only has about 3-4 years left, right? We could say maybe
about JJ going to the Steelers to play with his brother.
He can go home to his mama's house and play with his brother.
Or I'm like Wisconsin.
That motherfucker here.
That's what I'll try to probably do is go play with his brother though.
Yeah. Well, okay,
that's what the Bennett brothers did. Marcellus and
because Bud Dupree out of there. Give us Bud Dupree, but we ain't gonna have the money for him.
Bud Dupree won't be back with the Steelers next year.
No,
Juju Smith-Schuster won't be back neither.
All right, so here's the question: what do Buffalo need to work on for next off season? They
need to figure out the run game.
Pass rusher.
You got
need a fullback that can walk. A fullback, do the I formation. Put a fullback in there. Get a fullback up on that motherfucker. Let him lead the way.
So Andre the Torch Robinson, Torch. Are you ready to concede? Are you ready to concede that Devin Singletary is not a workhorse back? Are you ready to concede that now?
Wait a minute. Time out. Let's not get it confused. Workhorse back? I don't remember saying that he was a 3-down back. I do remember saying that he was pretty good with the opportunities that he gets. I mean, the guy. What did he average this year? Didn't he average 4.6?
No. I specifically remember you guys telling me, man, he just needs more carries and he'll get 1,000 yards. And I said,
I do. I remember
25. If you give this guy 25 carries a game, he will not survive because he's too damn
That's my thing. I don't think Devin Singletary needs 25. I think Devin Singletary only needs 15 to 20. I mean, if you average 5, but wait a minute, time out. Let me put this down for a second. Marcus, ain't you the same person? Ain't you the same person that told me that 62.5 yards a game is good enough to get 1,000 yards?
Okay, and he still ain't got. So how many? If he ain't got 1,000 yards, then how many yards is he averaging a game? He ain't getting 62.5.
That's cute.
All right, y'all, come on, we got to get back to it.
No, that's cute. Come on. Devin Singletary hasn't
guys
played
could go all day.
either, right? Right?
What's that?
Singletary rushed for 687 yards this year. That's like 85 yards less than what he had last year.
That's terrible.
Right, but how many carries did he have, Moot?
I think he had less carries. I don't think he had the same amount of carries. I mean, look, this year it went through Josh Allen's arm. It wasn't about the run game.
That wasn't
right? It wasn't about the run game at all.
How many catches did he make out of the backfield?
Yeah, he had like 40 catches.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you can sit. But here's the thing about it, guys. Generally, what you want to do at the end of the game.
And he still had over 4 yards a carry, 4.5 a carry, 150.
I just said that. 4.6.
Gotcha, but what you want to do, winning football is at the end of the game, you need that closer who you can run the ball at the end of the game and run out the clock. That way, your quarterback's not taking a 23-yard sack at the end of the game.
Oh my God! Would you get off that one play?
I wish he would.
Just riding the
shit.
Run
the ball. Run the ball. You don't throw the ball. You don't throw the ball. That you pound the rock at the end of the game and run out the clock.
Russell Wilson got sacked more than he threw touchdown passes this year.
Did he used to get sacked like that when he had Marshawn Lynch? Did he do?
No, because they had a line when Unger, how do you say his name?
Unger.
Yeah, he went to the Saints, and then it all went to shit.
Didn't we just say that last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a way to say.
Here's what I will say too. Here's another thing I will say about the Buffalo Bills in that run game. We know that last year was totally different offensively, especially with play calling, than it is this year when you got Stephon Diggs, who is the best receiver in the league, for crying out loud. You knew the ball was going through. You knew that the ball was going through Josh Allen's hand. But here's the point: they throw the ball, they get up on teams, and then in the third and fourth quarter, when you already got the lead, usually Buffalo pounds the hell out of teams. It's either play action or they pound in the rock with Zach Moss and Devin Singletary collectively. That has been the formula, the forte, and the format all season long. If you've been watching, that's the format. That's why Devin Singletary only has 687 yards. That's why Devin Singletary will never be a 3-down back, because that ain't the style.
All right, so let me pause you there. So if that's going to continue to happen moving forward, you better go and get a top-notch tight end. All right, to make the arsenal more crazy for Josh Allen, more options.
You sold on Dawson Knox?
I'm not so. I haven't been sold on him. He's 50-50
for me, man. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey, I can tell you about a tight end. That tight end.
That's what Greg going to Seattle instead of coming to Buffalo.
Right. I mean, you got a guy like Zach Ertz. I'm just going to throw that name out there. Zach Ertz would be available. So
listen, Dawson Knox is only in year 2. You call it a sophomore slump, if you will, wherever the case may be. When you look at everybody on this Bills team, who they drafted, who they got really investment in, year 3 is that number. Look how Josh Allen evolved year 3.
Absolutely.
Look how Tre'Davious White evolved year 3. Look at Taron Johnson year 3. Watch Dawson Knox next year.
I agree with that too.
Year 3. Now, another thing, we did try to go after a high-level guy, but he took his ass to Seattle. Mr. Olsen. Now, I bet his ass wish he was in Buffalo.
I didn't want Olsen personally anyways. Injury prone.
Greg Olsen, Carolina Panther. Should have rolled with the rest of the Panthers.
We don't want the injury prone guy though. Why we always want to bring in the guy who's injury prone? I don't want.
Alec Crawford's injury prone. You bring in Olsen, you get rid of Crawford. I'd rather have Olsen.
See, that's our problem is we roll with the mid-level guys. No, I want high-level guys. Yeah, we got Stephon Diggs. That's a high-level guy.
Yeah. Hey, but that kid out in University of Nevada, you see that kid, 6'7", tight end?
Yeah, he's a monster. They say he's going to New England, though.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone. My daughter's like, who is it?
Word.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Y'all have a great Sunday. I'm about to go watch some football so we can.
Oh yeah, we are out of time.
Starting right now. Y'all have a great.
I'm going Ravens. I'm taking Ravens.
You taking Ravens?
I'm taking the Titans too. I picked the Ravens
I'll take the
myself.
Titans just because.
You know what? Like we said last night. Like I said last night. Let them duke it out. Let them fight. Let them hurt each other. Whoever comes and sees us, they might be battered up at that time, and that's an advantage for us.
Let me ask my guy real quick, whose team is not in it now. Who you rooting for to go to the Super Bowl, man? Who you repping now?
Hey, the Chiefs have been there. I don't want them there. I want the Bills, and I want I don't like the Packers, but I think it's going to be the Packers or the Saints. So I'm going to say Packers, Bills, man, and I want the Bills to win it. That's where I want.
I want the Packers. I think if Aaron Rodgers wins another championship, I think he's in that. I think he's in that GOAT conversation.
That elite.
I think he's in that GOAT You having one chip. Joe Flacco has one championship. Trent Dilfer has one championship.
Hold on, Marcus. What's the difference? Separate the two though. Don't paint that picture.
No, I'm just saying. Yo, we all know that Aaron Rodgers is better than Trent Dilfer. I'm just saying.
No, that's not the point. That's not where I'm going.
We're talking stats and everything else.
What did Trent Dilfer have? What did Flacco have?
Oh, you're gonna roll with the defense? Okay.
He had Ray Lewis, man.
I would love to see Aaron Rodgers get another chip. I think that would solidify. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer regardless. But I think he's with another chip. You're talking about the upper echelon of quarterbacks that have ever played. You're talking about up there,
Montana,
John Elway, guys like that. And then I think it definitely puts him over a guy who he has to talk about every day, which is Brett Favre. If he gets another chip, he goes down as probably the greatest
conversation.
I mean, that's all well and good that it makes you feel warm and tingly to see Rodgers win another one, but that shit ain't gonna happen against us, pal.
You know what?
They play in Green Bay. That's not a give me.
Monster, we may have to put some kickstarts on the line for that.
But you get the Super Bowl's in Miami.
Wait, your team's not in the playoff.
You said you're saying that they're going. You said that your team is going though. I would put some kickstarts on that you ain't going to the Super Bowl. Some kickstarts.
Oh, here we go. He's trying to finesse some.
Yeah, but that's a full spec because I get one horse in that race. You get the rest of the NFL.
No. I'm saying they make it to. If they make it, we'll figure something out.
Hey, first play right here. 1st and 10, 15 minutes. On 25, Titans got the ball.
All right. So
they're doing the option run. Tannehill run the ball. 5-yard gain.
All right, wrap it up so we can watch football.
Yeah,
let's go. Watch football.
We got the family show later on. Is that what it is? The family show later on?
Family show later on. Right. Yes, sir. And by the way, if you don't know what we're watching,
let's get this fire started. Sports became a passion. Convo bring it to life, highlighting all the action. Opinions could explode like a chemical reaction. If we started from the bottom, now rise up the newest caption. Man, it's known that every team and every person got a nemesis. But this